Needs to curl if it's going to be back there. Well, not sure. I think the same shot that we talked about is still there, and it probably eliminates both reds if you can hit it right. I'm thinking a little high side on the intern. Is that sound about right, Ryan? Maybe somewhere around there. Yeah, it looks like that's what they're thinking.
Yep.
We saw one the other day. I can't remember who I was with, and we called it, and it looked like it had to go the other way. It had to go with the drag and whatever, and it never came close to doing that. We were both a little baffled by that. Not that we're drag experts or anything, but we thought we had that one figured out, and it just didn't do that because there was multiple rocks, and somewhere in there we miscalculated when you had 2 or 3 rocks in a row. So here we go with what's going to be a run back, a triple run back double takeout.
Whew.
1, 2, 3, triple run back double. Yeah, that's what it is. Can't be that hard. Anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah. Jayden King. A little inside out, but he seems to do that anyways. He did that the other day. May over curl. It's close.
Oh no. Disaster.
Yeah, it didn't quite drag the way we thought, but he didn't hit enough of it to really get a true indication. Still a lot of yellow ones around. You still got to be a little careful, but I'll tell you what, they're a lot safer right now than they were a minute ago.
Absolutely. We could even be looking to steal now. Things can sure turn around quickly in curling.
Would you ever decide to play a straight guard here and take a chance on him not making one of the run backs, or would you do what he's going to do, I think, and that's hit this one at the back of the forefoot?
Yeah, the yellow on top 12 is a little bit too dangerous, I think.
Yeah.
That's a great angle, so yeah, I don't mind this late in the game. Maybe you guard and take your chance.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think this makes some sense. The double probably is there with the top two too, but it's pretty flat, and if you go for it and don't make it, then you're giving up a bunch. So
for sure,
or you might give up a bunch. I shouldn't say you're giving them up. You may not. That's not the world's easiest takeout to get rid of everything. But Ethan Sampson now will try to hit the number 3 yellow stone here and stay right there, which would pretty much force Jayden King to find a way to take one. This looks like it's going to be fine. It's up just a little bit. And it's a good shot. Trouble here is getting to this one in the right spot. With a takeout, you can get there, I guess. But so I'm going to throw an out-turn hit right through the port. Hit it right on the nose to score 1, I think.
Yeah, still some pressure here.
Oh, there is for sure, yeah.
Not the easiest takeout. Let's take one more time. Look at the overhead. The nose will do the trick.
Yeah.
It's fairly precise.
Yeah, you're right. Nose will do the trick, but not an inch off a nose doesn't work at all. So it has to be very good on this one. Out-turn. He still has a different release than out-turn. He slides a little tight and puts it out, but he's probably done it forever, so. I'm trying to move this one over a little bit. This looks pretty good. Don't curl too far. And he's fine. Perfect. Very nice shot by Jayden King. He survives the mess and manages to pick up a single here to take a 1-0 lead after 2 ends of play here in Swift Current. And we will be back in just a minute.
Team Homan rocks. Team Mowat rocks. But who rocks harder? On April 7th, we'll find out. Presented by Rio Mare, join us in Toronto at the Curling Group's first ever Battle of the Sexes, as world number 1 Team Homan takes on world number 1 Team Mowat in a head-to-head charity curling skins game with a twist. 8 ends, 4 rule changes and curling like you've never seen before. Watch it live on the Grand Slam of Curling website, app, and YouTube with celebrity coaches and special guest appearances. The Curling Group's first ever Rio Mare Battle of the Sexes, April 7th, Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto. Get your tickets now at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock!
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of Curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of Curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. TheRockShop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Welcome back to end number 3 here in the Curling Stadium Speedy Creek Shootout in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Jim Nix and Ryan Jacques bringing you this one. Force there, pretty good force there by Sampson last end. Jayden King actually had to make a pretty nice shot through a port to score, Ryan. It was certainly not a gimme shot.
Yeah, some early pressure in this game. Love to see it.
Yeah, the last end could have went a couple ways. It started out with a rock. Sampson had one in, and this kept getting a few more and a few more and a few more yellow ones around. And then all of a sudden, he looked like he went a little too deep on one, and there was one opportunity for King to make that simple triple raise double takeout that we mentioned, and didn't quite get it. So he kind of got it, and he ended up being forced to make a good shot for his one. So pretty even match so far. As we go to end number 3. These guys have got this shot down pretty good. Look at that run here. Running his own so he can play this one. This is when the angle's kind of set up, and sometimes they look pretty good, and then you look at this, say, well, yeah, they're pretty good, except for he could get rid of both of ours and keep both of his after this shot. So,
Yeah,
we'll see what he
all right.
ends up doing here. Won't be big weight, just probably a normal takeout here. You don't want to keep everything around. Should be really close. Yeah, maybe didn't quite handle the sweeping perfect, but a pretty good shot, especially without hammer. Now he's got the center guard. He's got a rock frozen to the one on the just off the button. Now the rock's all good position. Looking for another come around here. Just come around freeze on the corner of the yellow. Or even if he got to the nose, wouldn't be bad. I just don't know for sure if he can get to the nose. He might be able to. The guard's actually out there a little further than it looks like on this long view here. He's working pretty hard trying to get it to curl in a little bit more. And like I say, they got this shot pretty much nailed, so perfect. Very nicely done. Jayden, I don't think has much choice but to continue trying to run this.
Yeah, it'll be tough to get rid of both red rocks out of the house.
Yeah.
But there's not, like you said, there's not much else you can do at the moment.
No. Owen Henry Without turn, run back. Probably heavy normal or light peel or some kind of weight like that. Everybody throws it up. This looks pretty good. Not going to get both. Going to get the top. Moved everything. I don't know if that's good or bad for him, but it's not bad. Everybody throws, all you guys, the younger generation and younger curlers and everybody they throw those bigger weight takeouts of, sort of what I would have considered full out peel when I was playing many years ago. So they throw the big weights so smoothly now. Even I have one of the young guys at my club that plays with me. He's just out of junior and plays with me once or twice a week. And he comes out and he just doesn't look like he has a whole lot on it. And then you clock it up and it's like, 6'6" or something like that. It's like,
Right.
looked like he was throwing a draw. It's kind of like, wow. Working hard on this one. Looks like it's going to be good. Going to roll a little bit, not much, just a touch.
I think he was trying to roll the other way. I'm not, that run back could be pretty juicy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's too bad all the yellows kind of rolled to the side and grouped together. Because even now there's a pretty easy yellow double. And so we're not looking at a 3 points here.
No.
Well, I guess Sampson has the hammer.
Yeah. So just more or less straight back, a tiny little bit on the low side, I guess, just a little tiny bit on the overcurl. Well, he's going to be a little bit the other way, but actually he doesn't get anything. Yeah. Have to consider that really to be a miss, I think. It looked pretty good halfway down, but just didn't finish up at all.
Yeah, it's a pretty key miss without hammer. We're looking pretty good for a deuce on Sampson's end.
Yeah, he's probably makes this and then Sampson makes the double on the reds, and if he can hit and roll away a little bit, he should be in pretty good shape, like you say, to have a good chance at 2.
But this red rock is not staying on that side. It's rolling right towards the other red rocks.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh.
Looks like all 3 of them is a very realistic possibility here.
And even if not, the yellow one will still be very close to the remaining red.
Yeah.
So it's not going to survive for very long.
So Nia Page with this one, a little more weight on this one. He's going to get a couple for sure. And he will get all 3. Great shot. Great shot for Dylan Nia Page.
Nicely done. I was hoping to get a little bit of a better reaction from him, but unfortunately not. Let's see that one more time. Very nice, clean delivery. Coming out hot.
Well done.
And all gone.
Well, Dylan, according to this, is a U Sport All-Canadian in 2025, so he's expecting he's going to make those kinds of shots.
No kidding. Yeah, that's pretty good.
And roll back. Will he go by the back one? He will. So all of a sudden, Sampson, who looked like he had a pretty good opportunity for a deuce setup, probably going to be forced to take 1 here.
Yeah, it's been the story of the game so far. Within each end, it's been pretty back and forth.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, you're right. Quite often in a game that's this close, it's because both teams are playing very well and it's even. But every now and then it's because one team is just hanging on, but they manage to hang on. They're okay. This one, both teams are sort of having potential opportunities to just slip away a little bit. And probably both about the same as far as that goes. So just to draw a T-line, I guess, for this one. Make sure he spreads them apart far enough there's no doubles or hit and rolls behind the guard and all that kind of stuff. But not so far that Ethan Sampson just totally ignores it. Working pretty hard. Will he get there? He's going to get the house, I think, but not going to get back quite as far as he'd like. Yeah, it's probably flat enough. He's probably back far enough to be safe as far as the double goes. It's probably doable, but it's a 4, 5, 6, 7 foot roll, something like that. So good luck.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah. But you might as well take a shot at it. I figure you're going to be forced anyway, so you might as well try to make this. And if you happen to roll out, you roll out. And Jayden goes open side again or tucks around, tries to force you to draw against 2. But either way, you're going to have to make your last shot anyway. So you might as well take a crack at this, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Ethan Sampson, as we say, from Chaska, Minnesota. I have no idea where Chaska, Minnesota is, but that's okay. Talking with a couple of our other announcers, Dave Schmell and Terry Corbin, about going to play in a Bondsville, Minnesota, though, next summer. So might find out where it is then. Looking for the roll. Needs to curl a little bit more. This might be good. Wow, that is some shot. That is a great roll. Perfectly done, perfectly called, and well swept. And the guys didn't get all excited and swept it too much because it could have easily gone another few inches and not been shot. He couldn't really do any better. I know the idea of somebody said, well, he's behind the tee line, you're going to roll, good chance to freeze rather to it. And yeah, fine. But it's, he couldn't keep it above the tee line. That was going to be impossible. So that's a great shot.
Yeah, just about perfect.
Yeah. Jayden's got to think about the guard. He's got to think about not overthrowing this. And he could actually get by the guard and overcurl anyway. So we'll see what he does. Probably looking for back 8, something like that. Maybe even back 12 for weight. He just really could look at just straight draw weight and be okay. But if he wants to be sitting 2, looks like he's close. And he is. Got to keep it straight. Another nice shot.
Played that tight. Sheesh.
He did, yeah. And he didn't have to be quite that tight, but that's another nice shot. Seen a couple good shots in a row here.
Yeah, this is awesome to see.
Yeah. That wasn't what I consider to be a real difficult shot, but it's easy one. It's a new one that's fairly easy to mess up if you don't focus real hard on it. And they made it look pretty simple going down until the very last second. I wondered if he didn't sweep it enough, but good job. So Ethan Sampson now being forced to just draw the paint almost, a little more than paint. I guess you got to draw probably a piece of the 8-foot score here and tie this game up after 3 ends. See how he gets along. Sweeper's not doing much with it. A little bit of effort now. Should be close, I think. It's not really sweeping very hard. Just going to keep a broom down for a bit, make sure it doesn't grab anything. And Sampson will stop at the tee line for a single point. And we're all tied up at 1 after 3 ends of play. And we'll be back after the break.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome to the rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Stronger agronomics, better returns, greater peace of mind. From pre-seed to post-harvest, you can count on the Victory Canola program to keep you and your farm ahead of the curve. Grow with us at victorycanola.com.
I have an idea. We're back for end number 4, and just before we get to this end, let's look a little bit at the last couple of shots, or the second last shot of the last end, probably the shot of the match so far. You see the big roll is like about a 7-foot roll for Ethan Sampson, and it gets over there, and just a perfect shot.
Not quite good enough in the end, though. We had a beautiful shot afterwards.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yeah, it was a heck of a shot, and Jayden King just picked it out of there like it wasn't all that great at all. So, but Sampson ends up getting his one, and we're tied up here in Swift Current. A quick reminder to everybody watching that it'd be good if you can like and subscribe to the channel, our channel on YouTube here. You can find all the action. And Ryan, we had a little conversation just before the game started about an upcoming event that you're playing in, and one that Curling Stadium is going to cover here in a couple of weeks, the Best of the West. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's right. It's in Saskatchewan just at the end of April, and my curling team from Alberta has been invited to that, so we're looking forward to it. Basically, how it works is it's some of the best teams in Western Canada. So you have 2 from BC, 2 from Alberta, 2 from Saskatchewan, 2 from Manitoba, and then 2 wild card teams, and they're selected based on the amount of points that they have on tour. So that's why it's called the Best of the West, I guess.
Yeah. So what I didn't do the math there. Is that 10 teams in total, or is it 12 teams in total?
10 teams on the women's and the men's side.
Okay, that's great. And what format do they play? Do they play like a round robin or triple, or what is it?
I'm not sure what they'll be doing this year, so they have to stay tuned.
Sure, yeah.
I guess we'll see. It is important to note it's not, we're not going to see Team Jacobs or Team Cooey or anyone here. It's an under 30 event, so it's meant to be the up and coming teams.
Yeah, teams like what we're seeing here may not be these guys; they're not from that area, but teams that are, along that line, that younger up and coming teams, probably, he's a U25s or just a little older or whatever. So, sounds like a pretty neat event, anyways, and nice way to end your year.
Absolutely. So it's, stay tuned on Curling Stadium, and you can follow along with that, and obviously much, much more. We got lots of action left this weekend.
Yeah. I might get to watch that one from Spain. I'm supposed to be in Spain at that time. If it works out. My wife's had a couple of eye issues that we're kind of screwing up vacations a little bit. But anyways, back to the game. We've got fourth end just starting here. We're 4 or 5 rocks in, 1 center guard, and King trying to come around this on the out turn. Kind of funny how it just ended up with one out front. The last couple lanes we've had a little stack and the angle setting up and everything else. Now we only have 1 guard to work with. Low scoring game, but hasn't really felt like that. You hear that often on TV, and sometimes when teams are blanking ends, well, there hasn't been a lot of blank ends, but Yeah, it feels like it would be more than a 1-1 game for sure, but a little deep on that one. King with hammer
I
now.
totally agree with you there, Jim. It's been, the first end is pretty open, but pretty standard. The last two ends, though, have been quite exciting.
Yeah. So, second stone, Jacob Zeman. Team Sampson here. That's not Zeman because Zeman's got a sweater on here. So I'm not sure what they've done with this. This is according to the lineup I have. This should be
it doesn't
Jacob
look like
Zeman.
Zeman is here.
Oh, maybe not. Yeah, because Cleanus or whatever, however you say his name is here.
But the guy wearing the shirt is Ty DeLello.
Is it?
So he must be sparing for them today, but I recognize him.
Okay.
But not very familiar with all the players, so
yeah.
So it's hard to pick out initially.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we don't usually get that sort of a updated sheet on lineup. Sometimes there's always a couple of people who are like, "Oh, I can't be him." My first game I did with these guys, there was two guys named Nia Page, and I thought that doesn't make sense.
Right.
This is curling hard. When you get a piece, he will get a little bit, but is it enough to get it out? And it is. So fortunate they got that one out at least. Doesn't put them in a forced position here, but
that might have been one of the softest double takeouts I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
Just barely got both rocks out.
Yeah. Yeah. So looking like they're going to play the freeze here. He could go around it just high up. Is that maybe because they don't have hammer that they're thinking of the freeze, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's something that Don Bartlett or Donnie B has done in the past. He's had the strategy of going back 8 and then hope the other team goes top house.
Yeah.
You can remove it over top of the other rock. So that's why they call it the Donnie B3. It's pretty sneaky.
Yeah. I'd never heard that before. It's interesting.
Well, I'm spreading the word.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think a lot of teams on the ice have maybe not at least heard of it, but they've seen some form of it on the ice. So they know that it's best to go back there and just try to pile up all the rocks. If you get good enough angles, as long as you're not bouncing off, then you're going to be fine. It was very close to bouncing off on this shot, though.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Yeah, you're right. It makes sense, though. If you try to stop that at the top of the 4 foot and you're not fully buried, then all of a sudden somebody makes one decent shot and there they've got their 2 set up. So Jayden King looking at what to do here. I don't see him going down to that one. I would think in the case of King with hammer, I would think that he would be looking to play up at the top of the 4 foot area.
Yep, that's right. It's a kind of a trap back there with the hammer. You can get sucked in, and before you know it, you're giving up a steal, 1, maybe even 2.
Still Nia Page. The outturn draw looks a little hot. We might end up back there either way. And he will.
Could work out, though. Is he going to curl enough?
Yeah, probably enough that it'll move that over.
Oh, a great sweep.
Yeah. A lot of discussion lately, Ryan, or I've had a lot of discussion because I'm not quite sure that I'm buying into the, what you guys call it? Probably like just that push, that solid just push forward, like where the broom just stays on the ice and you lead the rock for a little while. Do you guys do that with your team?
Yes, we do. Yeah. And I must admit, I'm not the best person to ask on it. I can defer to my teammates on that one.
Yeah.
But there's some things it might be effective, but curling is a very trendy sport. If one top team does something, a lot of teams might try to emulate that, even if you're not fully sure.
Yeah, that it works. Yeah. Yeah. Had a little controversy at the Worlds with the women, one of the teams, but got it straightened out. So So we got some stacking of rocks back here, and Jayden King's decided, I think, if he's going to score more than 1 point, he's going to have to move some of this stuff around, and he's going to try to hit this. Probably, to be honest, probably still going to be playing a nose hit on this, or maybe a little on the inside. Not sure where those rocks are going to all end up. Going hard again to try to get it to the nose. You don't know if he's going to get there. Probably not good if he hits this on the outside. Oh, they got it there. That's another good sweep job. Well done by Xander Elms. You mentioned another one of these spares that I mentioned earlier. Someone on the chat yesterday was good enough to tell us who it was, because we didn't know.
Yep, we love it when our viewers are interacting in the chat. It keeps us on our toes. More interesting for everyone.
Yep. So I don't know that he can get to the inside of this enough to get rid of all the yellows. If the guard wasn't there, I think he could make all these yellows go away, but I'm not positive he can do that. So probably anything even right on the nose. Is that behind the T line or just right on the T line? Probably. Yeah, there you go. So a little above the T line. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think, Ryan? Would you try to roll inside on this, or just a straight tap and sit right there?
Yeah, just try to maybe get just the tiniest bit inside to make sure you sit two.
Yeah.
But he's going to be pretty happy as long as he gets to the nose of this rock, I think.
Yeah.
It'll be a nice angle. And yeah, it does, like you said, he doesn't need to whip it. If that guard wasn't there, he could make that triple. But
yeah.
This is looking kind of like a mixed doubles end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those rocks in the back house.
This looks like a nice shot, though, if he gets it right. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's just enough curl there to move it, though.
Yeah, and so that's why I liked hitting just a little bit low.
Yeah.
I thought it would be easier to get the yellow one to third shot, so red would sit two.
Yeah.
But now Team King here, if they can make a great shot, they're looking at two, maybe more. Because the red is no longer in front of the yellow rock.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be interesting to see where they actually do try to roll this one. Jayden King gets this one on the way, and they're going hard right out of the gate here. Right out of his hand. He's going to be on that guard, I think.
Oh, all over it.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yes.
And doesn't even move the guard very far. That is a devastating result.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting spot to roll to. You got to be careful about in-offs now. Might have got a bit lucky with that one.
Yeah, definite possibility. It's pretty good angle, whatever that be. Be pretty close to 45 or so degrees, a little less than 45 degrees over there. It looks like it would be able to come in there pretty nice.
Yeah, and it's maybe even a little easier than your typical in-off, because I think you could come off the top of the yellow rock around the horn. So there is some room in there. And they're looking all over that. They're worried about it.
Yeah. I don't think you want to go up there because that's, I don't know. I think a little tap on his own. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong here, but tap his own a little bit, almost straight back. Maybe not quite. Sit kind of right there. Maybe. Takes a big end away at least, but.
Well, I don't know. If you line up a triple onto the back red one.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Yeah.
But again, the theme of this game has been back and forth. This could be a steal. This could be 3 or 4 for yellow. It's hard to say. Or they just settled on the simple shot, plug it up.
Yep. Yeah. And probably he'll force. The only thing I don't like about it, sometimes when you force a team to play a shot that is tough, but they don't have any other options. So there's nothing on their mind. It's like, well, we don't have a choice. We got to play this. So it becomes a little bit easier to make. I think I always felt that way anyway. So if I didn't have to be thinking about if I'm doing the right thing, then it, even if the shot might be a little harder than you expect, you just have a better chance of making it, I think. At least at the level I played at, which is not too much below these guys, but nobody doing much with this, so the weight must be close.
Don't line anything up.
Yeah, interesting here. Like you say, definitely a triple there.
And you don't even have to go straight into the red one. You can go off the yellow and clip the red out of the way. So, you know, it's not as difficult as it looks here. And some of our viewers, you know, as triples go.
Yeah. As triples go, it's not a hard one, yeah.
Yep. I feel like a broken record. I was just saying a similar thing for the in-off. They're both a little easier than they would normally be just because of where that yellow rock is in the 4-foot.
Well, this one's definitely, I see this one as definitely a shot that a lot of people would make for sure. It's really just off a nose hit. And the question is probably whether or not the one he raises back will go far enough out of play.
Yeah.
And getting rid of the two low ones is fairly simple. It's just a matter of whether or not the first object rock that you're going to hit is going to go far enough away. But either way, there's a good chance he could score multiple points here. Don't know exactly which ones, but they're going to score.
Exactly. Well, in the theme of this game, he could hit it really thin, give it a steal of 2. So it's hard to say what's going to happen here.
Going hard. This is curling a ton. Not going to make it. No.
That'll do.
So after all of that, Jayden King will get his one, but won't be very happy with the run on that shot. He didn't really give it much of a chance. We'll talk a little more about it when we get back after the break. 1-1 or 2-1 King after 4 ends of play here in Swift Current.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Sasktel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? Sasktel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
that in the East Coast. So we're back for the fifth end, and Jayden King enjoys a 2-1 lead over Ethan Sampson in this second last draw here in the round robin portion of the Curling Stadium Speedy Creek Shootout. One of these teams will have a decent chance at making the playoff round, and one of them probably not. It's really a must-win game. It's 3-2 doesn't guarantee you're going to get in, but at least puts you in the hunt and gives you a chance to be in the LSD question mark sort of level. So we don't know what the LSDs are, so it'll be as much of a surprise to us as it is to you. So 3 rocks in. Sampson with hammer again. Going to play a little bit of an outturn for the lefty. This is not good. Is he going to be on that? It's going to be another rock that they're going to stop it rather than have it hit and try to figure it out afterwards.
Yeah. Which team was that in the first half that happened to?
I
know there was
the other team.
Yeah. Now they're even.
Yeah. Now they're yeah. That was not a good throw. I don't know if that did anything funny or if he just never ever got it out there, but it was going to be pretty much on the nose of that rock. So an outturn draw here for Team King.
I think they're going after the red one.
Are they going
maybe
after
a little
it?
tap? No, hard to say.
Well, yeah, I didn't really have quite enough ice for the draw, so he has to be playing something a little bit more than that. And he might be on the guard.
Oh, they're really holding it.
Tell you what, he didn't have very much weight either, so regardless of whatever the call was, it wasn't very successful. Sampson now can make a move on some of this stuff in the front. I'd expect to see him get rid of that center yellow one, but maybe not. Can also go in, but at some point those rocks are going to have to move, I think. Zeman going to go down, third stone. Jacob Zeman.
Well, not today though. That would be Ty DeLello.
Oh, that's Ty. Oh yeah. Okay,
yep.
Ty. He played with Newfoundland. Was Newfoundland in the Briar?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, that's what you just told me that. I just got mixed up.
But he lives in Manitoba, I think. So not too far from home for him this week.
Yeah. Ty DeLello. Yeah, I should have remembered. I thought when I saw him, I was thinking, guy looks familiar to me, and I was trying to think of why. And I thought, well, he kind of looks maybe a little bit, throws a little bit like Oscar with the Dean's team, and now I know why. So, ooh, he's gonna take his own out here, maybe. Oh, he got enough. Oh, that was close. I think he's confessing that it had to do with him.
Yeah, was he saying hard there? Or
Yeah.
maybe a little outward on release?
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't think it looked that bad when he threw it, but. So we got 2 corner guards up, though. If you're Sampson, you got to like that, even though they're not yours, not your color, but they are there, and they're in pretty good spots. If you can make or find a way to utilize them. Okay, so that changes up. He's not here. So here's a good opportunity for Team Sampson now. They got one rock in play and got a chance to hit and roll behind a corner.
And they wouldn't be devastated with a blank in the fifth end here, but you'd rather get your deuce and take control of the game. Well, not really control yet. I guess the other team will have the hammer right back, but it'll put them in an advantageous position.
Yep. So Ty, formerly Zeman, now DeLello, is working that one. Didn't quite get the roll. Whoever gets the roll first here will give a definite little advantage just from whether it's Sampson that gets it and sets up a deuce or King that gets it and sets up a force. Somebody's going to have an advantage when they get a roll. Filling Nia Page. An in-turn hit. So nose hit again. And it will
Pretty
be.
much. Dunk. Yeah, somebody make a roll. Make it more exciting.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. This is not supposed to be one of the harder things to do. Make one of these.
I find a lot of teams, they're so worried about rolling out of the house that they don't fully commit to the hit and roll. They're like, oh, nose is okay. And then they nose it and they realize, it wasn't really okay. We would have maybe even rather rolled out in some situations.
So Ty DeLello filling in the third spot here this weekend with Ethan Sampson. Ooh, they did miss that one. That one had a chance and it just overrolled.
Yeah, but I applaud them for going for it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It happens sometimes when it's close to that. It shouldn't happen at this level, but it does happen sometimes when you call guys off and you're close enough to the rock that they're just like, okay, they're off and there's no intention of going back on. And all of a sudden it's like you want to get them back on, but they're not there. So it's like you just you hope it doesn't curl too much. In this case, it did curl a little too much. So out turn hit now for Nia Page. Got to go a little bit on this. See if he gets a roll back. This looks like it could be close to getting a good roll. He's not a lot of weight, which will help. Very nicely done.
He's going to get out of the house, though.
Didn't get it out, no.
Well, thankfully, he made a nice roll.
Yeah, exactly.
That was troublesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Playing with fire.
Yeah, you're right. The only saving grace there was he did make the perfect roll, so. Play the run back here. Trying to hold it. Gonna get a little pass. Will he get it? He's close. Oh, wow.
Oh, that was a tiny hole.
That was. Yeah, coming from there. That's one of those you'd never try to throw one through there. No.
I want to see that one more time.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You have the power.
Yes.
So you see this going. Now it's hard to picture. When you picture sometimes when there's a stagger and you're trying to get through a port, you would never try to go through this port in this direction. Just, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He just needed to get just about a half inch less, and he would have got the top one. Might have got them all, but would have got the top one at least. So Jayden King now looks like he's going to play this back one. Try to end up with a force on Sampson here at the end of the end, but if he plays this, he will be setting rocks probably fairly close together if he's playing the shot we think he is, and it appears he is. Gonna have to hold it a little bit. No, it doesn't do much out there. You don't want to put it where you can double and roll. To be right about there, probably. So another chance for Team Sampson to make a good roll here. And a couple of options to where you roll. It's not, you don't want to roll right in the middle of that hole, but anywhere behind.
They don't have to roll either. They could just draw around the guard.
Yeah.
Though you might see Team King play off the top 8 yellow one as a double takeout. But typically draws are a little bit easier than a hit and roll if you want to come around to a spot.
Yep.
Surprised they didn't take a little bit of a harder look at that.
Yeah, it didn't seem to give it any thought at all, did they?
I mean, possible they did, and they just didn't tap their broom. That's the trouble. We can't hear too much.
Yeah, all those little guys that like to tap their broom all over the place are beneficial for us.
Yep. We appreciate it.
This one's got to curl a bunch. Not going to quite get there. So looking very much like if Jayden King can make a takeout here, and just even sit right there, there's an awful good chance he's going to get the force here. Which would mean he'd have hammer tied up coming to in number 6, which is usually a good thing. So King once again playing the out-turn hit. Definitely don't want this one to over curl, but trying to make it curl. Could roll out here. Roll out would be very disappointing. And he will roll out.
Wow.
The opportunities continue to be plentiful and not very successful for these teams. Didn't really have to throw that. I know he didn't want to have it over curl or anything, but that side seems really straight over there with any kind of weight at all. He probably didn't have to throw as much as he did, to be honest. He could have thrown something a little tiny bit more controllable.
Especially with that kind of outward release at the end.
Yeah, yeah. So attempted blank here by Sampson. And they're going hard on it. And it's on the wrong side to blank. On the high side, will he be able to roll in? And he will not. So after all is said and done, Sampson ends up getting one anyways. And we have a tie at 2 here after 5 ends of play in Swift Current at the Curling Stadium Speedy Creek shootout. And we'll be back right after the break.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Saskatchewan, you know Sasktel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. With Sasktel sponsorships, we get to be part of your community. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Sasktel cares. Always has, always will. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
The people have spoken, the votes are in, and the players are ready to rock. At curling's first ever All-Star event, live from Nashville April 15th and 16th, where 13 of the world's best men's and women's curlers face off for a star-studded celebrity pro-am, a unique skills competition, and an all-star skins game you won't want to miss. Got a ticket? We'll see you in Music City. Don't have one? Better hurry. They're going fast. The 2025 TCG All-Star Game. Live from Nashville, April 15th and 16th. Let's rock.
Hi, I'm Jane.
And I'm Rick, and Jane and I are the owners of Sprague Foods Limited here in Belleville, Ontario, in the Bay of Quinte area. We're a food processing facility, and we can a whole range of products, including soups and sauces and rice pudding and beans.
Down 4. So we're back for end number 6 in a really tight affair. Certainly been a number of missed opportunities by both teams, but as a result, we are in a 2-2 tie, and game is anybody's to win yet, and somebody just has to step up and take it. We have Jayden King from London, Ontario, with hammer here in this 6th end. Big end to score Ryan, everybody always says the sixth end's a big end to score, even if you have to score one. So we'll see what happens.
Yep, this is huge. Let's see what they've got.
Yeah, the good old analytics. Trying to tell you all these situations, what's good and what's not so good. For now, just making some shots will be good. So King coming right in on top. Ideally, if Jayden could write it up, he would get a couple here in the sixth end and take a 2-point lead to 7, which should give him the hammer coming home up 1 or tied. And that would be the way you start the game, hoping to end it. That or ending it with a big win after 4 is also pretty good, but that's not going to happen. So,
there were some chances.
Yeah. I was at the Curling Club today for the high school provincials, and it was a high school mixed curling provincials, and I didn't get there till halfway through the game, and they were shaking hands when I got there at the end of the fourth. And one team was way up. The consolation game was really good, or the 3-4 game, but the main event was not close.
There's kind of a ringer team in there.
It was a good team, but no, it was just a good team, and the other team had played well, but they aren't quite as good. So it was not a total shock. But
oh no, not again.
Yeah,
they weren't going hard early. Even by the end,
yeah.
Wow.
So we got a couple of red ones in there, but we got a couple of yellow ones sitting on the button. Jayden King's going to hit this. I don't know. Not so sure. With hammer, looking to score. I don't know if this is a real necessary shot, but he's playing it, so I'm not sure what would be better, but it just feels like you're hitting number 5 or something, and I'm not sure. Great spot. Oh, Page going hard on this. He's going to get a little piece of it.
That should be fine. Might leave
the
it
pile.
Double or triple, though. Oh, no.
Definitely an opportunity to get rid of a couple of your Sampson and maybe a couple and sit right on top. It could end up very nice here.
I think that goes easily. I think that's might be the easiest triple I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's going to drag a little bit when you hit the rock. The rock on the button is going to drag backwards.
Should drag back a little bit, yeah.
These rocks are going to fly.
Well, let's see.
Yep. I shouldn't be too presumptuous. If it hits this on the nose.
So I think this is Coleman Thurston. I think it must be. He has a jacket on. We can't see his name, but Marius Cleanus has his shirt, and we know Ty Toledo's in the other one, so this must be Cush or Coleman Thurston.
Well, now I feel bad for saying that.
Yeah, the announcer shinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're just spending too much time in production, not out here where we know.
Exactly.
Anyway, it's not a great result, but
no, that wasn't close.
No, a good opportunity there too. Like I say, we've just been so many of those that you're saying, well, this is a good opportunity, and nothing ever good seems to be happening. So it's been some great shots, but just not at the right times. So King is looking at whatever that means. I think probably. I'm still not 100% sure. I think this is just going to be like just enough weight to kind of be there. Maybe enough to bump the red back, but it didn't seem like he wanted anything to go anywhere. Brian, I'm not sure. He's not throwing it hard, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. We'll see where this one goes to.
Curl a little. I don't know that you want to play the whole end in here. That's the only thing for me. That's why I'm wondering whether or not it's wise to be going there. So another shot at a possible triple. It might still be there, Ryan.
No, not anymore. It will drag behind the yellow.
Oh, well.
And the yellow, I think you could get it off the red one and out, but no triple on this one.
Okay.
Maybe some sort of crazy around the horn.
Yeah, no triple, but definitely a good chance to be sitting a couple here when this shot's over, assuming that red one at the back is closer than the yellow at the back.
Well, I think that red one's long gone. They're going to have to throw it hard just to,
think so?
Well, to make the triple of the two yellows and the red one.
Yeah, I would agree with
one
that.
more look overhead. It's, You got to throw it hard to get that yellow one out.
Yeah.
Let's see what he's got.
Well, it's on its way. Sweeper's going pretty hard. He did throw it pretty hard. Was curling a lot. Definitely going to hit the red now.
Almost got a nice roll in front of the yellow.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty sweet.
I thought it had a chance there for a minute, but once it got past where I thought he had to be, I don't really. Would you hit this?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. I'm just like thinking 2-2 with hammer. You're down to your mate's last shot, I think.
Just put one around the guard, top four, full 80s, and this call. I don't say I disagree with many, but I don't like this. You're just leaving Team Sampson a chance to freeze down to that yellow one. It's not a tricky shot.
Yeah, it seems like a kind of a golden opportunity to me. 6-10 to go ahead.
I'm sure they're worried about the run back, but
maybe. But
this shot isn't looking too hot either.
He can hit it. Oh, he's going to get a piece. Oh, he moved his rock over closer behind the guard. I don't know. That was a tricky way to do that, but Sampson now has, like you said, a good opportunity here to just come right around and freeze on the yellow.
And I'd be a lot more worried about this than the run back. So that was a serious wasted opportunity for Team King.
Yeah, I thought that was just too defensive, that one. To me, it's like, you're just looking for an opportunity in the 6-10 to get two, and they just just had it, and then never tried to take advantage of it. Anyway, whatever, to each his own. It's the intern for the lefty now is coming in, and needs to slow down a little bit. Looks like it's going to be pretty close. Sweeper trying to carve it in there. It's Coleman Thurston, and will it slow down? Just a hair heavy.
Still not out of it yet. Even if you were to nose that red rock, it's a very short tap and flop to sit behind the guard and have a wall of yellows at the back.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to try to roll it. Not that that means anything, but he's going to try to roll it off to the right as we look at it here and miss the yellow, enough to miss the yellow, but a little bit of a roll to the right. That's what last time I saw him tap anything, that's the way it looked like he was going to go anyways. See what happens. Dylan Nia Page. Dylan seems to throw a pretty good stone. Just sometimes the weight's just a little up and down. This is going to be not going to roll away. May roll to the inside though, I think. Or right on the nose. Going to get a little flop. No. Good effort though. They could have probably moved that one if they wanted to. They just weren't looking to get that roll behind. That's probably better there than behind, maybe. So Sampson's going to play the freeze. He could also play, he probably has enough room to play the double if he wanted to, but that probably would end up with King having a simple blank opportunity, and Sampson's figuring that's not so good either, so come down and sit on it. Early in the game, this team had great draw weight. All of them seem to have really, really nice draw weight. So we'll see if he still has it.
This might be the key shot of the game. It's kind of all on the line on this one. Can they drag it there? Not quite, but a nice angle.
So thanks to Valerie in the chat here, and she should know, last name Sampson. I'm sure it has some affiliation. It says if we're checking the chat, that's Jake Seaman and not Coleman. Ty is playing for Coleman. So Coleman's out. Ty Deletto's playing third. You probably had that figured out. I may not have wrote that down right, but thanks, Valerie, anyway. Idoleto's third. And Seaman is still here. And Marius, I don't know how to say that. Marius Cleanus is playing lead. Okay, well, it's only the 7th end. It's a good thing we got that figured out. So tough little shot here for Jayden King. That was a pretty nice draw by Sampson. Ooh, this could be a little tight. Working hard. Oh, got it straightened out. Probably going to get... That's a nice pick.
Clean off the face.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't leave Sampson that same opportunity, but you managed to hold on to all of yours, which might matter in a minute. Just going to look at it again.
Very nice.
Is it going hard? Nice call by the third stone, too, because he wasn't really trying to hit very much of it. Nicely done. A lot of heat on that one, too. For a skip, that was pretty impressive.
Yep.
Oh. Clinus. We needed Valerie to show up about an hour and a half ago. So I'm saying Marius Cleanus, and she's telling me the pronunciation is Clinus. So, all right. Hope we get to do one more game of these guys. I'll have it all perfect. So here comes the freeze by Sampson, and if he can make this, he can't afford to bounce. Definitely can't afford to bounce. And looks pretty good. He's going to leave a little bit of a... So leaving the same shot for King, really, that he just threw. If he can make it, he can get 2. But I'll tell you, that wasn't easy the last time, and it's definitely not easy this time, Jake or Ryan. Yep.
It's pretty easy for one.
Yep.
To get it off either of the yellow rocks, but to pick it clean across the back 8 rock, it's thin. That is thin. Let's see what he's got.
Big shot. 2's, one's big, but 2 is really big here in this end.
Yep.
Not taking long to throw it. Skipper's going hard. Looks very similar, although this one's curling a little more. I don't know if he's going to pick it. It looks like he might.
Oh,
just barely picked that back one. What a try by Jayden King. Good effort, but we'll come away with just a single. And King will take a 3-2 lead heading to the 7th here in Swift Current. We'll be back right after the break.
Team Homan rocks. Team Mowat rocks. But who rocks harder? On April 7th, we'll find out. Presented by Rio Mare, join us in Toronto at the Curling Group's first ever Battle of the Sexes, as world #1 Team Homan takes on world #1 Team Mowat in a head-to-head charity curling skins game with a twist. 8 ends, 4 rule changes, and curling like you've never seen before. Watch it live on the Grand Slam of Curling website, app, and YouTube with celebrity coaches and special guest appearances. The Curling Group's first ever Rio Mare Battle of the Sexes, April 7th, Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto. Get your tickets now at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Welcome to the RockShop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
So, 7th end action starting up here. And I would expect to see some rocks in play in this end, Brian. It's you got to have one team trying to force the other team to one or steal one, and the other guys really, they might think they'd like a blank, but it's really hard to start the end off figuring on having that work for you.
Yep, exactly.
I got one guard, one yellow up, one red up, coming around the guard. Sampson with hammer here in the 7th. Working pretty hard, but looks pretty good. Very nicely done. Marius. So running his own yellow one back. Try to hit this right on the nose would be pretty good for the King team. I have to work some to get that happening. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a mess to figure out. So moving the rock off the center was not the issue, but he can't take the red one out of the free guard zone. So they're going to try to put everything back where it was.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of this kind of thing so far this game. Sheesh.
Yeah. Well, it didn't take them long to fix it and figure it out, so good for them. It's going to be interesting to see what Sampson does here. He definitely wants 2 or a blank, one of the two. And there was a time when everybody say they always wanted to be one down with versus one up without, but that doesn't seem to be true anymore. I've never seen anybody throw one away to give up a point in the 7th end. I should say never. I have seen it, but not very often, not recently. So Sampson looking to draw here. Left arm goes up. And a little split, maybe. Not quite, but not bad. So far for Sampson, this is only a couple rocks in, but yeah, just kind of taking shape in a little bit favorable for him right now. Where he's got a couple rocks in the house and not necessarily thinking they're going to score for him because they're not really where he wants to have them, but he, the blank possibility is certainly looking like it could be there, but long way to go yet. Owen Henry for the King team. Going to play this yellow one, or play the red rather. Page trying to get it to curl. Needs to get over. Needs to get over a bit more yet. Might get lucky. Oh, Sampson's going to take that back. Some odd defense in this game for me. I don't know. I'm just looking at this thing, and I'm set up pretty good. I know that yellow one is the top is more of a concern, I think, than the yellow one that's in the house here. But he's going to hit it anyway. It's number 3 or something like that. I don't know if I really would play this, but I'm not out there, and they are trying to make this one curl. Needs to curl a little more to be able to hang around. He's going to be close. And just off the 12-foot. Would you play that shot, Ryan?
I don't think that yellow rock was ever coming into play. So
yeah, me too. I think
it might have been the most natural shot to be over on that side, just because if you were to draw to the wing, that red guard is kind of in the way. You could try a tap on the red, but you could leave a double. So I don't mind it, but there were lots of other options there for sure.
Yeah. You won't have to play these guys the next year. You don't have to worry about making them mad and them beating you up sometime in 2 weeks.
Yep.
So it's all right. So big shot here now for Nia Page, playing the outturn freeze to the red. King in a little bit of trouble here unless somebody can pull off a good shot. This is a good opportunity for Dylan to do that. Can't see it, but looks going to be a little light. A little short. Whoa, not the time for that.
No.
And staggered and everything, so it's like...
That's pretty devastating.
Yeah. If you're king, yeah, okay, that's what I was going to... More or less what I was going to say. I think you're going right around on the intern here anyways. The yellows aren't in great position to do much with. It'll be an outturn for a tie, but whatever. Clockwise rotation shot here. Interesting that Ty must probably have known these guys from somewhere.
Yeah.
Titoletto. So on the come around here, put a lot of pressure on Jayden King if he makes this one good. Don't want to be peeling a lot of guards when you don't have a hammer, but he might have to. Of course, you got to get this one here. That's not going to get there either. Well, I don't know if it's getting a little heavier or not, Ryan, but I'm going to hope it is, because otherwise those are just two not very good shots by the third stones.
Yeah, that can make sense. These are two pretty solid teams.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's some ice changes late in the game.
Yeah.
Also depends. It's hard to really see, but depends on how games are going beside them.
Yeah. Definitely not a great position for King here. He can't really afford to wail away at that stuff. I think he's got to find a way to try to maybe draw. Maybe he draws right in around the yellows. Try to get a decent number 2 in here, if nothing else. Could run this red, try to make that. Red double, maybe. What do you think options here, Ryan?
Yeah, it's interesting situation. I'm definitely worried about Team Sampson's ability to get a lot of points in there. But I think if they can just freeze to that top 4 rock, things will be looking better. Cut down the scoring area and then see if you can do something more on your next 2 shots.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's, I think you got to come around it. If you're king, kind of come around it on that outturn side and anywhere frozen to the one on the top of the 4, or even if you're behind it or whatever, if you can get enough curl, you're not too bad off. 2's not horrible here, but if you try to ride this run back, worry me a little bit. If you try this run back, like red on red sort of thing, and you don't make it, then you're going to be looking at 3 on the next one. And good chance that everything other than number 3 would be buried. So I don't know about that. I think it's I don't think you want to open up this too much if you're a king, to be honest. But I could very easily be wrong. But on the other side, Dylan just threw a draw that was not very close, so he might not be real excited about playing another draw, especially if he thought he threw what he wanted to throw, and the ice has just gotten a little tougher.
Which I guess fair enough. And if you make this shot, it's really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
In theory, you might be able to get all 3 of them if you hit it just right.
Yeah, no, you're right. Must be in the neighborhood. It's close, I think.
Little
thin. Oh, just misses that one, but does get the back one. Not the one he wanted, but boy, he was some close to making that, the top one too. Dylan's had a couple of those that that's who threw the one that went through the hole, I think, if I remember. So Sampson now, I'm sure, will duck right around. Gotta be a little careful with this one. You don't want to let him off the hook here. So top of the 4-foot buried would be probably perfect. Tied a little with his final rock here in the 7th. Guys are working hard on this one too. I don't know. He pulled the string a little on the first one, and I think he pulled the string more on the second one. Whoa, that's got to be something funny going on out there, I think, Ryan. Got to believe these guys are not going to throw it 2 draws like that far short.
Sure. Yeah, it's tough. Tough to see, especially in such an important game as this one.
Yeah. Well, and you would think that after, Sampson coming up light, and Ty coming up light on his first one, that there would be enough conversation back and forth that they would know if the ice had slowed down that much. And that's, what is that? That's probably 5-10 feet short of the tee line, 10-11 feet short of the tee line. So that's not very close, and even shorter than his first one. So maybe it feels like it wouldn't have slowed down, but these guys are good enough. They're not going to, I don't think they're going to leave them that short. So see if Jayden can figure it out. Coming around the out turn. Like to get shot, but getting it in there somewhere above the tee line and buried would be very good. A little heavy. Not what you wanted to do again. Well, shoots the theory of the ice getting heavy. I think that was 26 seconds almost to the back of the 8 foot. So Ethan Sampson now with his first of 2 here in the 7th end with a very good chance to get 2 and maybe have a decent shot at 3 here. Just don't want to slide back to the one that Dylan just threw, or Jayden just threw rather, because it's then you give him a definite out. So Ethan Sampson now with his draw here, outturn draw here in the 7th. We've lost Ryan temporarily. All over this, right out of the hand. Letting up a little bit now. Let's see if it finishes. Yeah, line's pretty good, but he's going to be back there. He will go right to the yellow. One good thing is he's far enough that if Jayden King does sit on it, he'll be able to sit on it as well. But he's kind of might have messed himself up a little bit here. So sitting 2, but a very good opportunity for Jayden King to kind of take the 2 away here. If he comes to the back one, he won't be shot. So ideally, he'd like to stop a little bit short of that, but not in a position that Ethan Sampson could pick it out for his 2. So going to have to be a pretty precise little shot here. Guys working hard. Got to go hard. They need to be at least number 2 here. I think he's going to be light. Can he get it there? I don't think they're going to get it there. And he is going to come up short. And Ethan Sampson will have a draw for 3 here in the 7th. Both teams missing some draws in this end. First thought the ice might be a little bit trickier, but I'm not convinced that it is. So we've got to really focus on this one if you're Sampson, because there is a huge difference between getting 3 here and getting 2 here. Sweepers on this pretty quickly. Doesn't mean too much. Okay, 1 sweeper off, so might be close. Looks pretty good. Will he sneak it by? They will get it by. And will it stop? It sure looks like it's going to be good. And a very nice draw here by Ethan Sampson. And number 7, he will take a 2-point lead into the 8th and possibly final end here at the Curling Stadium Speedy Creek Shootout in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. And I think we're still going to have a break here. And if we do, I will come back in 1 minute and we'll proceed to the 8th end.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort, to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
And we're back for the 8th and possibly final end of this 5th game action for these two teams as we come close to the end of the round robin. Big 3-ender there by Ethan Sampson from Chaska, Minnesota, as he now takes a 2-point lead into end number 8. Kind of came out of nowhere. Both teams sort of threw some not stellar draws in that end, but it was a great draw on his last one for Ethan to get the 3. Guys had to work it hard to get it by that top rock and made it perfect. So you're going to see the draw to the house. The corner guard goes up. And now guard's going to come up for Sampson. Hey, we'll find out whether or not Jayden King likes stacked corner guards or split corner guards. So looks like he's going to split them. Makes sense. That one there is kind of it's a little bit in maybe an awkward spot possibly to stack the corner guards. And not everybody's a believer totally in that concept anyways. So we got to get this one out there. That one's a little long, so I'd probably like to be a little tighter than that, although you do eventually set up a possible double, but he's going to try to be even with that. It just seems long to me, but we haven't got quite as radical of a finish today as we have had earlier, so maybe that'll be fine. You want those corner guards to be deep enough that when you come around them and bury it, that the guy can't chase you and remove your stone behind the corner. But those two are definitely dead even for weight, so good job by front ender Xanders. Yeah, very nice guard. Looks like he's going to play a run back here. Some people wouldn't do this. And I'm not positive he is. I just got to see where he's going here. But, yeah, I'm going to play the run. Try to move those ones off the 4-foot. Looks like it's going to be pretty good. And well done. Left one, but much better setup than we had when he had a minute ago. So I'll have another look at it. Nicely thrown here, right out of the hand, right on target. Really a little bit of cleaning going down the ice, a little tiny bit of sweeping, and he makes it fine. He could have hit it on the other side and possibly got rid of everything, but regardless, that's a very nice shot. So Ethan looking at peeling that corner guard. Ty Deletto going down to have a little chat. You could ignore the corners. and just play this like you're trying to steal it. Could also hit this yellow that's right there. Although I don't know that I would hit that one. That's probably not the one that's going to hurt you. You could go around, I suppose, and sit in the 8-foot behind that one. We'll see what they settle on at the end of the day here. Looks like good to peel that tight guard. That is close enough that king could hit and make the roll behind it, but it's also close enough that you can run it back. So that's the only reason why I don't know that you need to get rid of this one. But you want to get rid of something. Get rid of some of these guards so you don't end up facing 3 or something on your last shot. This is going to be right on the nose. Well, it's now red at least, and it's a little closer to the center, so that's probably helpful for Sampson. Jayden King now looking to play this yellow. They're playing this red one. I'd be really careful with this. You can't afford to lose a shooter. I kind of like a draw here myself. Just kind of draw around one of those corners. You have them up there. It's hard to make a roll behind. You got to roll about 4 feet probably to get behind the guard. Gotta go. Can't let it hit that. Holy cow, that was close. Man, it's a very nice shot. A nice sweeping job by Neopage, but don't know he had to be quite that close. And I don't even know for sure where he was trying to go with it, to be honest. I would have thought if he was going to hit it, he'd try to roll to the corner, but you only have 4 more rocks to come. You're still thinking about trying to get 3, or should be at least thinking about it. Might not be easy, but so Titleetto now will look to remove the yellow. He's going to be tight too to that guard. Oh, by a solid 1.5 inches. It's perfect. Nicely done. Now we're looking at a draw. I think. Well, like I say, not everybody would play this way, but as long as you can make a roll somewhere, it'll work as good as playing a draw, and that rock will be gone. But I just get a little afraid of running under shots here. You only have 4 left. And there's lots out there to work with. You threw 2 corners up there and haven't even really made much of an effort to use them yet. Well, might make it here, though. Going to be on the no, maybe. Got to go hard. Oh, that's a great shot. So, rolled a little too far, but hooks back in a bit. So, Jayden knew what his plan was and pretty close to executing that one perfectly. Would have liked to got maybe, maybe half rock, less curl, or less curl. And the good news is that if Sampson removes this, he's probably going to fly or roll out, and then you can take your game around those corners and still be in a very good position to get 2 and possibly to get 3. If he doesn't get by this guard, though, would be disaster. He sneaks it by. Nice shot by Titleetto, but I'm pretty sure if you asked him, he was not planning on coming that close to that guard. So an opportunity now for King to come around the corner. Come around that. I think you'd want to be... I would like to be shot rock on this. So even if you're going to play the corner freeze on the red, there's a way to play it and be shot. So Dylan Neopage, third stone for King now. With his final rock here in the 8th. This is looking a little bit heavy. Looking maybe a lot heavy. Needs to stop. Needs to stop. And it does hold on. Hang on at the back. Not shot rock, so that's not great, but it's better than being through, that's for sure. So Sampson now is going to play the out turn around the center guard. It's not over yet. Ethan has to put this in a really good spot. And there are some yellow ones out there for King to work with. Might not have an easy time getting a couple now, but should have some kind of shot for his last one at the very least. This looks pretty nice. I mean, a nice draw on the last end, so should have a nice feel for draw weight. Well done. Didn't quite get over there as far as I would have thought, but it's pretty darn good. Sit on the corner of this one and make sure you line it up with that outside yellow in case you have to run the yellow in. Or try to line it up that way anyway. That would do it right there. I don't see any benefit in actually getting to the nose of this shot. I think that just makes your next shot that much harder. But we're splitting hairs a little bit here just because it's, you got to make it, got to get close first and then make sure you got second shot. Not really any realistic shot at removing that stone. So an out-turn freeze attempt by Jayden King. Can't really see it. There we go. This one's a little heavy too. Quite a bit heavy. Needs to stay. Needs to stay for number 2. Careful how far back you sweep it, guys. You want to get it back there, but you have to make sure you didn't go outside of that red. So definitely not where he wanted it. Can't really do anything with it other than hope that it becomes number 2 for you. So Ethan Sampson now, I'm thinking is throwing a top 12 guard kind of stuff, something like that. Maybe not quite in the 12 foot, or maybe he's drawn to the back one actually. Yeah, it probably is. Going right down to the back yellow. Be number 2. It's not really anywhere for anybody for Jayden to get at them, but he will play something. There's going to be a shot with the angle raise on the yellow. Whether there's 1 or 2 reds in there, there will be a shot. It just could be a really, really, really hard shot. Oh, Sampson, sweepers put the watches away and going to freelance this one. Got to take this by. Looks like he's good. Very nicely done. I think So I don't know if it's a realistic shot, but you can possibly play the yellow. Yeah, you could play that yellow and then just hit it about there and make the double on the two reds. The yellow should stay at the top if you can make contact, but tell you what, if you have any wagers going, I wouldn't bet on this one. This is a really, really hard shot. Just making it at all decent. Getting the yellow one to hit the top red one is obviously not a gimme, but then you've got to get it. Not only that, you've got to direct it in the right direction to make a double on the back red. So it's going to be exciting to watch. Hopefully he has a good run at it. And it is possible. So Jayden King with his final shot here in the 8th. Playing an angle raise, double takeout for 2 and to force an extra in. And to keep his playoff hopes alive. Reminder again, the winner of this goes to 3-2 and will be in the hunt for a playoff spot tomorrow. Loser of this will drop to 2-3 and shouldn't have a chance to make the playoffs. I don't know if I haven't really looked that far down, but let's see what he does. Not going to. That would have been nice to see what would have happened if he directed it in. So good effort anyway by Jayden. And Ethan Sampson from Chaska, Minnesota will seal the victory here, 5-3 over Jayden King from London, Ontario, and move to 3-2 and wait it out a little bit later to see where they sit with the possibility of making the playoffs here at the Curling Stadium Speedy Creek Shootout in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Been a pleasure being with you. For myself and Ryan Jacques, who lost his internet connection, so he's unable to kind of hang with us here for the last end. But for both of us, we look forward to seeing you again. Reminder, all the playoffs will be covered tomorrow, along with one more draw this evening, the final draw in the round robin portion at 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, I think, Eastern, 11 o'clock down where I am, and 8 o'clock Mountain Time. So thanks for watching. Thanks to everybody on YouTube who's watching us. Reminder once again to like and subscribe to our channel. Helps us out a lot. Keeps you abreast of what's going on. And we will sign off for now and see you again in a couple of hours.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's going to make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like.
Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardlines Ice Pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep...